What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, the one with the scar in space, your boy Scarface. And today in this video, I'm gonna show you, is it better to buy a more expensive light or a cheaper light? Coming up. What's up, guys? So on this channel, I do a lot of like photography reviews, videography reviews, and things like that. So if that's something you guys are looking to get into, go ahead and give me a follow. Subscribe, like this video, and follow along. I'm gonna show you guys a bunch of stuff, real world, actual stuff. Mainly because I like doing stuff like this because I'm actually in the field using stuff like this and not actually just opening a box. Of course, we'll do some unboxings and things like that, but I know you guys like to see actual use. So I've been using this new Godox V1C this entire winter, or not winter, but wedding season and things like that, and I love it, but there is some downfalls about it compared to a cheaper one that you can buy. When you get into photography, you want to do different things like weddings, 15s, 16s, baptism, or just having a flash with you like wherever you go. Right away, we always tend to go to what's cheaper and what like something more affordable, right? And I was the same way, don't get me wrong. That's why I have a bunch of equipment that I no longer use, but I was in the same spot. But the reason I'm doing this video is so you guys can see if this is something you want to get into. I suggest you guys invest a little bit more money and get the more expensive one, just because in the long run it's going to benefit you more and you're going to get more out of it instead of spending twice. I'll do a video about spending twice later on, so keep following, subscribe. So originally I had bought this newer, I forgot the model. Of course, it comes with the little bounce card and everything, and it's cool. You can use rechargeable batteries for it. It has the different modes, but the only thing that this doesn't have is doesn't have high speed sync. And for those that what high speed sync is, there's plenty of videos. I'm not going to go into depth in it. Is like when you can put your shutter speed over what your camera can usually handle, and that's usually over 1 or 200 or 1 or 250. So anything more than that, yeah, you're gonna get like a black bar on your thing. And sometimes you need you're trying to capture motion and things like that, so you need a higher shutter speed, and you also want to use flash. In that case, you can't use this. I'm gonna put the price of this because I can't remember exactly how much I bought each thing for, but this was way cheaper, obviously, and it came in a pack of 2. I have this one and another one, and of course I still use them, but I don't use them on site or anything like that. What I do use is something I invested was this, the Godox V1C. Now, this one is obviously a lot more expensive. It does come with a rechargeable battery, and as you can see, it's not square. Usually they're all square. This one's round. The cool thing about this is like when you're doing like an event or anything like that, you're taking a camera, you're taking a flash with you, you have to put a diffuser on top, and then this one, that's why it has the bounce thing, and you can bounce light off of it. So this is something you can buy. It comes with, or it doesn't come with it. There are separate ones you can get. It doesn't come with it, but this there's like different kits on Amazon you can get, and it comes with different ones, like different packages and things like that. So this one, obviously, I ended up getting it because it does come with like the barn doors, the honeycomb, like where you can focus it. And the cool thing about this is it's all magnetic, right? So if you need to put this on, it just like you don't have to struggle at all. It just clicks right on. And so this, like, I can use it just for this. It comes with a bunch of gels and stuff like that included in there. It comes with gels. It comes with the honeycomb, like where you can just focus the light if you're gonna and that's the cool thing about it, is like everything is magnetic, like, so you don't have to worry about a lot of things. So as you can see, there's like a bunch of different ones, a bunch of different things that you can use them for, and which is really cool. This comes really like way in handy, especially like I said, it's all magnetic, so it's very easy to use. Now the one I use a lot is actually this one, because it gives you that nice soft light. It's like a diffuser, and this is so much easier to use than like trying to put something else on it. But I do just because I feel like that one is way too small. So I have this one. You can buy it separately. You know, it takes a little bit longer to like put into, because you have to kind of like squeeze it in. But once it's in there, it gives you that more like diffused light. Now you can get similar accessories for this, and yes, like you can get away with using this. For you guys that know, you guys have to stay in the whatever ecosystem that you're in. Like if you buy, this is something I learned early on, if you buy newer stuff, you're gonna have to buy newer stuff for everything in order for it to read each other. I also have the X Pro C. I use this in my studio here to take pictures and stuff like that. So I use this, but the thing that sucked is like I don't want to be like carrying more things. It's carrying more things with us. And so the cool thing about this is it's also a trigger. It's not only a flash, but it's also a trigger, and you can set up all your stuff on there. Like you have your different channels, you can change, just like that trigger, you can change everything. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if haven't got into flash photography, like studio photography and things like that, then this is probably not gonna make any sense to you. But the reason I do this is because I started working in that same spot. I wasn't into flash, I wasn't into none of that stuff, but then slowly I started getting into it, and I'm trying to save you guys money by not buying this other stuff. Yes, it's cheaper, yes, it's more affordable, but if this is something you're taking serious, I recommend going with something that's going to be easier for you to use in the long run. So like I said, downfalls about this: it overheats quick, so meaning it takes a while to recycle. So I do recommend buying another battery for this and having them both charge. Usually I go through one battery and I'll put in another one towards the end of the night, but one battery is usually good, but you never want to be like usually good. You usually want to be like when you take your camera with you to whatever event you're gonna do, you don't take just one battery and just think, oh, one battery should be enough. No, I usually take like 4 or 5 for my cameras, and then this one I take 2, and then also my strobes I take 2 just in case, and I take some of the chargers. But especially if you're one of those photographers that just sits on the button and just like, this is not going to handle that, especially if you're in the higher powers. Anything over 1/8, it's going to take a little bit time to recycle, and that's the only thing I don't like about it, is it takes a little bit too long to recycle sometimes. And sometimes I'm sitting there like, oh, like hold on, okay, all right, we're ready to go, ready, 1, 2, and 3, and then take the picture, and then it takes a little bit to recycle, especially depending on the power that you're using for this. So just be aware of that it does take a long time to recycle. And this is not made for you trigger shooters that just, I let somebody borrow this, and then they tried doing that, and it would be like lit, dark, 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 lit. Should you get the more expensive one? Yes, I recommend getting the more expensive one just because it is better quality, better light. This one you have to carry batteries with you at all times. Especially it takes 4 double A's, and if they're not charged, like you have to go buy some, you have to have them charged. A lot of things, I really didn't like these. I use them here in the studio, but the thing about staying in the ecosystem that I'm talking about is this communicates with I have 2 strobes that it communicates with, right? And then this one I had to buy one of those remote things, so it can trigger it, but I can't change the settings on it. I have to manually change the settings. So if you're gonna get into something, if you're gonna choose newer, which they don't have a lot of options, I recommend going with Godox just because they're more affordable. They have a lot better options and things like that, and wide variety of like expensive, affordable. But at the end of the day, a lot of these things read within each other. So I remember I was investing into newer stuff, but then that trigger wasn't, I couldn't like communicate with all these other strobes because I have 2 wireless Godox strobes that I have, one that's wired, and I have a newer strobe, and it's just a mess. Like I have a mess of lights, and now after doing this for a while, I've learned to stay in one ecosystem. That way it's a lot easier and you can use everything all together. So everything I get now is Godox lights just because I like how it all communicates. So save up a little bit more to get the more expensive one, which is this one right here. And that way you don't have to worry about like eventually I call it, you know, spend once, not twice, you know, because at the end of the day, you did pay for this and you did pay for this, and then this you're not going to use as much. Yes, you can use around the studio, stuff like that, but I just don't like how that works. I would have rather just bought this and then bought another one of these, you know, and then use that as also as like a light for the studio. Invest in, especially if this is a business that you have, a side hustle, if you're looking to get into, like, invest into some quality gear, because at the end of the day, this is your business. This is an investment that you have to make. Don't go cheap, because you end up having to buy again, which at the end of the day, like, I have a whole nother, like I said, I used to do it all the time, but I'm trying to save you guys money and not doing it. Yes, of course, we want to go with the cheaper stuff, the more affordable stuff, but at the end of the day, it's not worth it because we end up paying more. So Godox, the V1C, everything's going to be linked down below, even these, if you want to get these. If you're on a budget and things like that, yes, they work, they'll get you by, but like I said, save up a little bit more, get the more expensive one. I know this one's a little bit more pricier, but remember, like, this alone is like 80 bucks. So I can't remember if these were like 120. I know this is like 250, $50 for like another battery. This is another charge, but this is all stuff that I use. It's all an investment. It's all worth it for me, you know? So that's why I don't hesitate to spend it. And at the end of the day, this helps a lot more than this did. Sometimes this didn't want to go off. Sometimes it was like doing weird things. I just did not like how this, and then this one moves a lot better. Like, you can move, like, the way it moves, it's just so much better, and it stays the way, like, if you're looking to balance light, and if I need to change a battery real quick, boom, boom, pop it out, pop the other one in, we're good to go, you know? And this also does high speed sync for those people. Like I said, I don't want to get into in depth with the features and stuff like this. I'm trying to show you guys what I use it for and how it works for me. And this thing works amazing, especially on site, on location, wherever I'm going, doing like a wedding and things like that. You're gonna get, even if you don't use this one as your key light, say one of your strobes is the key light, this one can, you know, can be that catch light and things like that. It'll leave a nice little catch light in your eye, and make your photo and take your photos to the next level. So give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you guys later.